Another live broadcast, and I'm so honored today to have my dear friend Marcia Melo from Brazil joining me, and it's a beautiful inspiration we have today to talk about innocence. So very much a big welcome to you, Marcia.
Oh, thank you, David. It's for me, it's a very good pleasure to be with you always. For me, you are a very big inspiration, and
Oh,
it's always very, very nice talking to you. Well,
beautiful.
yeah, and today we are celebrating the Children's Day, right, in Brazil.
Mm,
And I think it's a very big, important issue to talk about because innocence, it means that we are in a page that the world maybe forget about the innocence, right?
yeah.
And it's something so important to connect because I think it's the most important thing in the Course in Miracles, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah. I think it's like there actually many centuries ago, there was a pope, a Catholic pope, who was called Pope Innocent the Third, and he kind of broke away from the tradition of the Catholic Church because much of the Catholic Church was always talking about original sin. And he said, no, 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 we should be talking about original innocence. We are innocent before we are anything else.
Yeah.
And we forget that we're innocent, that God created us innocent. And I think children remind us of that because they're so in the present moment, they're so playful. You can see it in their eyes. They just look like there's nothing else going on when they're just being fully present. And I think that's for the rest of the adults of the world, that's a
Yeah.
huge gift.
Yes. I remember listening to you. I remember something that I saw one day. It was a video that a mother with a big package with a big boat. What it means, boat, right?
Yes.
It was a very beautiful package giving to his children,
Yes.
to his little children, and then she took the package and she was so excited, and then she opened the package, was a clips inside, and then she was like, "Whoa, I love clips. Wow, I can do a lot of things with these clips." And it was so spontaneous, was so true, right? She wasn't trying to, how can I say, agradar? I forgot the word in English. She was she wasn't trying to say, "Mom, I love you. I want that you love me, so I will say that I love these clips," just
Yeah.
to manipulate you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Was something true,
Yeah.
like she wasn't faking the feelings. So I think that the innocence is that, right? It's something. It's something that when we accept what is happening right now, right?
Yeah.
With with the heart open and okay, it's that what I have. So I will enjoy this as much as I can, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's kind of a contrast because we were talking just a little bit before we came on, and there was recently presidential elections down in Brazil, and with what seems to be going on with Ukraine and Russia and the war, and then just coming through a pandemic, and
Yeah,
then I think that's why it's the most important time to talk about the things that really matter. What is most valuable? What will last forever? These things that A Course in Miracles tells us that come and go, that the temporary things, we shouldn't put too much attention at all on those, when original innocence, this gleeful, happy, playful innocence, is who we are. And I always felt that with you. You have like a sparkly kind of childlike energy, and like to dance. And I just saw, I think it was on one of your stories or on Instagram or something, where you were just twirling around with your phone in the wind blowing your hair, and just playfully spinning. And of course, we have a whole pathway to God. The whirling dervishes, they just spin to remember God. And children do that not as a practice, just for fun. They do
Yeah,
things for fun, right from the innocence.
yeah. I love this. I love to remember about the children inside myself, and David, it's something that I'm always thinking about, because the word innocence, when here in Brazil, actually, when we hear about the innocence, we immediately associate with someone who is harmless or without malice. Is that
Yes,
word?
yes,
Malice? Yeah.
malice, yes.
Yeah. But it's also easily manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that is easily manipulated for the world. It's someone that doesn't know how to take care of herself, right?
Yeah,
And it's not that, it's not about that we are talking about, because the innocence is, it's something that actually, it's something that I feel about. It's something that I understand, that I'm not here. It's not the world that will take care of myself, right?
yeah,
It's God. I'm
yeah,
not here, actually.
yeah,
Here, okay, I will take care of myself. I know I need to, because here all has war, has people that doesn't know about oneness, right?
yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I want to hear about you about that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was inspired by what Jesus taught in the New Testament about, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And then in A Course in Miracles, he says that he equates meekness, which is very much like innocence, when something's very meek, like a lamb or a child or an animal, a young animal. He equates meekness with strength. And I think it's because that is what you were just saying, is because the meekness and the gentleness comes from the spirit within us. And that's our true reality. And that's when we have our greatest strength, is when we're in touch with the spirit. And to the world, I think innocence and meekness is associated with weakness and vulnerability. Like
Yeah.
if something's innocent, then it could be easily, like you said, manipulated or harmed. So I know in my life, I've had opportunities when the ego was trying to tell me to defend myself or to say something or do something. And the spirit was very quiet and was just saying, no, no, stay with me, and just watch. Just watch. You don't understand really what's going on here, but there's no need to defend and there's no need to attack, but just stay very quiet and still. And I felt actually stronger when through that experience, when the spirit had me go through that. I felt like, wow, I feel more strong. I feel more in the spirit. So it's one of those things that I think we want to teach it and learn it and encourage it. We want to like see how precious it is that the children on Children's Day here in Brazil, they're just giving us that example of how we can truly be. We can be truly innocent. We don't have to take on a mask when we grow up and get caught up into some kind of a concept or an image and then work hard to protect the image. We can actually relax and be playful and come back inside ourselves and feel the joy and the glee of that, and know that we're safe. We're really safe with that. We don't have to play the games of the world at all.
Yes, yeah. Today I was talking to a couple of friends about this video that you saw. I was in the parking and enjoying the how can I say? Oh my God, my English is too bad. Well, anyway, I was enjoying the sun, the trees, the flowers, the animals, anyway, and it was very nice feeling. I was feeling very happy, very anything was uh faulty.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was perfect, was complete.
Yeah.
And then I shared this with these friends, and they say, well, just remember that wasn't the park, wasn't the tree, wasn't the sun, was you. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know, because we are easily um, it's a temptation, right, of the ego saying, wow, look the sun, it's so beautiful, it's the sun. No, it's the sun in your mind,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's because my mind is in peace, my mind is happy. That's why I see the sun beautiful, the flowers and everything. It's a
Yeah.
projection, right? I'm
Yeah.
projecting outside. My mind is seeing because I'm feeling first. It's not the opposite, right?
Yeah.
It's not because I'm seeing, that's why I'm happy. No, I'm
Yeah.
seeing because I'm feeling that in my
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. That's it. I think it's beautiful because I think this kind of innocence is just so naturally you. I mean, I have to say that's what I enjoy when I, like, for example, go to your Instagram channel, and you have the most unique videos. They are mind expanding because I never know what to expect. It's totally
Oh,
unpredictable, which is, I think, part of innocence. It's very spontaneous and unpredictable and playful.
yeah,
And then you have you have amazing artistic and expressive abilities. So things come through you, and it's almost like what I'm accustomed to from most people in the world is almost like a narrow band, and it's like yours is like way off the chart because you can use so many different artistic expressions. And I remember it wasn't too long ago we were talking where you sent me this art and you showed me all these different photos, art, and then you said, this is AI, this is artificial intelligence. And we
yeah,
had a good laugh because that's what you have done for your profession, is
yeah,
art. And now you were like, what? A machine does this, and this and that. But actually, I guess if we just come back to that childlike innocence, we can just enjoy whatever it looks like because it's coming from our mind anyway.
yes. And
That,
it was very nice to talk about this because I was thinking about this. Wow, the mind is one. Yes, because I was thinking, and you say that. And it was amazing this because from my ego was like crazy. My ego was like, no way, your career is done. You will never get money anymore. You are fake. You are fake news. And I was thinking about that, and came to me like this. Well, a computer. What is the difference between a computer and my mind?
Yeah.
It's like a vase, right?
Yeah.
That it's receiving um, information, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I am a vase also because I am receiving information from the Holy Spirit, and He is doing through me. So all the images, all the videos, all the stuffs that I share on Instagram, it's inspiration by the Spirit, of course. It's
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
something beyond, right?
Yeah.
So, and I was
Yeah.
navigating, right,
Yes.
in this program that calls Midi Journey, and the people is like nobody has a name, nobody knows anybody. It's a lot of people playing together with this, and then you put um, a bunch of words that you want to create something, for example, sun, flower, people, happiness, gold, dog, cat, I don't know, everything. And you just put words there, and then the program, the computer, make perfect image with these words.
Oh,
It's like wow.
nice.
It's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful and so perfect. But it's like, it's a perfection that I imagine that is perfection because I learned that in my job what is perfection. But
Yeah.
I don't know actually what is perfection.
Yeah. Yeah. Your harmony, your joy in expressing is a good example for everyone because it's very childlike. And I think maybe when things are coming through you, you may not even, it's like coming through you. You're like a vessel, so you don't always know where it's going to go or what it will look like. And
Yeah.
and for you, you use beautiful words, but you also have such visuals, and so you're kind of like a visual poet, where it's the visuals are just as important as the words. Sometimes you'll put the words in. It looks beautiful, even if it's in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, and I can't, I don't even know what it means, but I can feel the energy underneath it that you're expressing. So, and it seems like that's the most important thing. That's the where our mind is at and where our heart is at. It determines everything that comes forth, and that's why we can celebrate this innocence, in the children and also for ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. And David, that for me now, I think I have a little bit more of um, comprehension. Oh my God, I'm a little bit more aware of this because,
Mhm.
like, for example, for me, art it's a kind of language that access everybody
Yes.
anywhere,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, for example, an image, you see an image, you understand what this image is saying to you,
Yeah.
independent of the language you talk, if it's English, Portuguese, Japanese, I don't
Yeah.
know, but it's I feel that it creates something that um, connects us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why for me it's so important because it's very, my work is so visual, uh, my life is so visual, so I like images and music and mix everything and create something else that I have no idea how I did that sometimes.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's exciting. I I always like collaborations, and so even when we've talked a couple times about maybe coming together to do a movie or some kind of a collaboration, that to me that's where the joy and the excitement is, because we come together. We don't exactly know what will come, but we know it will be wonderful. We know we'll
Yeah.
have fun doing it. There'll be a lot of joy, and we'll be in our innocent state. And then it's nice because when you bring in our art and music and some words, and you bring them all together, which you do so well in such a natural, intuitive way. It feels like it's just you expressing, and then it comes so easily. But in one sense, like that's like being a channel for the spirit, a channel for the light, just to let it shine through, and it seems natural, and you feel happy, and so do people around you.
Yes, exactly. Because if I feel happy, if I'm sharing something that inside myself, people will feel that too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's because it's true for me. It's true for everybody that connect with this feeling, with
yeah,
this emotion. I know.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I
And
think it's
I think also we will. Uh, I feel that we will soon do something very nice together, like a movie, like something related with art and music and innocence.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. I think too, I mean, I sometimes I will look at some of my Facebook photos that go back many years, some of them 15, 20, of 25 years, and I just look at them and I'm smiling when I'm looking over these photos, because there's all these happy people. I am happy, and I'm surrounded by happy people. And I noticed that on your Instagram photographs, you have really, really happy friends around you. You know, everybody is laughing and smiling, and and like you say, you know that it really comes across. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and when you see happy people and groups like two, three, four happy people all together, just being in the present moment, enjoying the laughter, enjoying the love, and it's a shared experience. The camera doesn't lie. The camera shows you it very directly.
Yeah, yeah. But you are saying something that for me it's also important because Instagram, uh, Facebook, we see something that it's not always true, right?
Yeah,
It's something behind the camera. It's
yeah,
something that people doesn't want to share, doesn't want to show the vulnerability. Oh
yeah.
my god, the word is so hard.
Very good. Your English is good. That's the big
Yeah, I
word.
don't know what is happening. The Holy Spirit is
The Holy
helping.
Spirit coming in.
So, uh, well, it's something that I feel that it's not everybody wants to show vulnerability, right?
Yeah,
And everybody wants to show the best parts, the best friends, the best parties,
yeah,
the best thing, but behind the scene, it's not that what is happening. And I think it's a very important thing to talk about because it's a Children's Day here in Brazil, so we should talk about that too,
yeah,
about this vulnerability, right? To
yeah,
show that it's okay to be sad also, right? It's
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It's it's about to accept that too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we have to, I think we have to allow everything, because if we don't allow the emotions and we don't allow the full rainbow of emotions, then I don't know that we could ever really quickly come to peace of mind, because I think the spiritual journey is getting in touch with what we pushed out of awareness, and that's where art and music, I think, are really essential to spirituality, because it helps us get in touch with our feelings. You know, we may see an image or a video or something, and it evokes a lot of emotions,
Yeah,
and those emotions have to be allowed. And I think in that sense, the vulnerability is used by the spirit, because the spirit is so gentle and innocent, even deeper still, and it's just saying it's all going to work out. It's all good. You haven't done anything wrong. You're not going to mess anything up. You can be loved with anything. You can be loved and accepted with anything that's there. And I do feel like in relationships, adult relationships, but also with children, it's like a huge opportunity that I think that's why we seem to come to Earth. It's because we can go through this range of emotions and range of vulnerability, and learn that we still can find that acceptance underneath it. You know, we still can hold each other and be embraced, uh,
yeah,
not say something's going wrong, just say, okay, let's just embrace each other right now in this moment. And that's what a good friend is. A good friend is someone you love and trust and respect.
yeah, yes. And it's something important because we uh we think we are this person that is suffering, right? We it's like how can I say that? Our mind is confusing about our
Yes.
identity.
Yes.
Oh my
That's
god.
it.
Yeah, we are confused because we think we are this one that is suffering, this is making drama. Oh, my life is terrible, and it's not, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to have brothers around us that has this kind of um, uh, consciousness, consciência.
Yeah.
Help me
Yes.
uh,
Consciousness. Yes.
about this because we can we can stop and see what is happening actually, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a confusion of mind.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a dream.
Yeah. That's it.
We are dreaming that we are suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are just dreaming it. It's not the truth. You know, it was so interesting that when I first met you and got to know you, you said, "Oh, we must do an online event," and I said, "Okay, let's do it." And then just yesterday, I talked to a woman who showed up at that online event that you and I did, and she said it just changed her life. Her name's Vanessa, and she
Ah,
was tuned
Vanessa.
in. Yeah,
Yes.
she was tuned in, and her eyes got real big, and I think she had tears of joy and recognition. And she said when she felt so strongly to come, and then she just felt in our little gathering we did, she felt the presence of Jesus so strong, and then she just took steps. She said, I want to come to Mexico, and one of the plane tickets that what came through the United States, and they wouldn't let her on the plane, so she lost the whole plane ticket. And then a friend of hers bought her another one. She came to Mexico. She went to Colombia. She went to Spain, and that's where I talked with her. And she just got married in Spain.
Oh,
And
I saw it on
yeah,
her Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we were just talking yesterday, and she said, I just am so grateful for my life, and that she followed her heart to come on that first online event that we did together, and she's just taken off one step after another, one leap after another, and she's just so happy.
Uh-huh. I remember her. She met you through me, right?
Yes,
After that event we did together
yes, yeah,
2 years ago.
yes,
Oh
2 years
my God,
ago.
two
Yeah, I
years
did
ago.
a phone call with her, and she was just crying through the whole the whole phone call. And so at the end, I just said, "Come, come." She said, "Come." I said, "Yeah, come." And so she came, and she lived at our community in Mexico for a while, and then went to a friend in Colombia for briefly, and then she got invited to another friend of mine, Jenny and Barrett, have a community over in Spain. So she went over there. Then she met her husband, Jonas, over there. So it just shows how when you just follow what's the innocence and what you really feel in the heart, then things just unfold, and we don't have to figure it out. It's like the Spirit's got a plan for us to be happy.
Yes, yes. So it's something that I want to ask you about this.
Yes, yes,
It's something that I was talking to my friends today, actually. We were talking about the script. Okay, the script is already done for the ego wrote the script. All right.
yeah, yeah,
And we struggle with that because we want to change the script, right? We are
yeah,
always trying to change, we're always trying to do something else different, and we suffer because of that, right?
yeah, yeah,
So, and then today I said, well, I have to accept my script right now, but I believe that the Holy Spirit has something very, very much more special for me. And then I was thinking about that. Okay, what I'm saying is that you think the Holy Spirit will bring to you what you want, or you are accepting something that you don't know but you trust, right? It's very
yeah,
different
yeah.
because
It is.
I trust because I know that he knows what is best for me. I don't know, right? I
Yeah,
I have no idea what is good for me, but I trust that he knows. So I give up to trying to change the script because it's not my power. It's not my work here to
yeah,
change. It's just to accept the guidance, right?
yeah. Just to trust. I remember it wasn't too long ago when I think you pulled over your car to the side of the road, and then you called me right away on your phone, and because I think your mother was, you had to take her for a medical test, and then the ego was running crazy with outcomes or what could happen and so forth. And then you just paused though, and we just joined, and we were able to just come back and connect together in that trust and that reminder, like, no, it's going to be okay. You're going to bring the light. You're going to bring a blessing. You're going to extend love, even if it's taking your mother to for this medical test. And I
Mhm.
think that's the key of it, because like when we go to a movie theater, for example, to watch a movie, if we just go in there and we just allow all of our emotions, it can be vulnerability or anything, to come up during the movie, we do feel like something is healing or something is clearing. But if we go to the movie and we get so engaged in the movie that we're saying, stop, don't go in there and get away from him, and we're talking to the characters in the movie, as if they're going to change, as if they're going to listen to us, even though we're just watching images, that are just showing in front of our eyes. Then it can be pretty stressful. People can feel very tired when they've done that. I think when I was young, I was so involved in sports that I would sit in front of a television set, and it would be a big tennis match or something, and I would be so pulling for one player that I wanted to win, that my dad and my grandpa would laugh at me because they said, "You're sweating more than the tennis players. You're getting sweat all over the chair." And because I was so engaged in an outcome, I was so
Yeah.
pulling for one, and I was so emotional, and they were laughing the whole time. And
Yes,
and I
happens a
think,
lot here in Brazil
yes,
too, because
yes,
we have soap opera, right?
yes, yes,
Novelas. And I don't see anymore, but when I was a kid, I watched a lot soap opera.
yeah,
And we are so engaged with the history and the characters, and oh my God, don't do that, don't do that.
yeah. That's
Crazy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that's where we start to have we have expanding faith and trust, that we know that there's a plan for our life and our healing, and we're willing to let the emotions come up, and we're willing more and more to trust that there's, like you say, something behind the images is something that's trying to reach us. And
Yes.
it's sometimes it's so close, we can feel it. And then as long as we don't get too caught up into the planning and the expectations, because I think expectations, always have like some stress or guilt associated with them. And if we can just watch things flow and let our emotions flow, then we can say it's all going to work out. Our healing is guaranteed here.
Yes. Yeah. And David, for me, it's still very hard to do that. Like, for example, as I work with creative design, and manipulating images, sounds, everything, I do that for my living, right? So for me, it's very hard to sometimes to see that to take a step back and see a symbol as just a symbol. It's not, the answer is not coming from the symbol. you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
it's not coming from the symbol. Separate this idea, because it's not from this. It's something that in your mind, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes it's very, very hard for me. And
Yeah.
I sometimes I see myself very involved, very, very strong feeling that that thing saying something to me. It's not that thing.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. 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 That's true. Yeah, it's interesting because the last live broadcast I did with a friend of mine who's from Ukraine, and she met me and she met Francis back around, I think it was 2012 or 2013, and we did a retreat together, and then she got activated to start putting Russian subtitles on my videos, and it just kept going and going. And then Frances did her movie, so she and a friend put Russian subtitles on the movie, and then we did a package of teachings to make the movie even deeper. And now they're finishing all these Russian translations. And she just said, "Wow, I didn't know my life would involve so much healing and Russian-speaking people all over the globe that really are looking for that innocence. They want to feel the innocence, and yet for what's going on in Ukraine right now and Russia, they watch the news, they see it on the internet, and they have to have a practice of going inside and really asking for show me what I need to see, show me what I need to get in touch with inside of myself, so that
Yeah.
I can find the peace. So I think it's beautiful that you're saying, like, even with artistic expression, I think it's a good backdrop for allowing our emotions up. And I think the ones that I find in the world that are very in touch with that creative, expressive uh, movement in them, like you are, I think I think it does open the heart up faster. I think people can find that transparency and find that deeper strength inside and innocence in a fast way, because you have to allow, when you're doing artistic expression, you have to be so fluid
Open.
and
Yeah.
open. You must be open. And I always feel that when I watch the things that come from you, I feel this openness, open-heartedness.
Yeah. And I remember something now listening to you. It's like, for example, in children's, when a kid, when she's playing with a toy, a house with characters,
Yeah,
with dolls, little uh, refrigerator, like, you have everything that you have in your house, like in a
yeah,
small house,
yeah,
that a kid that is playing that with that, and she is believing that everything that is true.
yeah,
So she's doing um, she's playing with a lot of reality, right?
yeah,
And is that what we are still doing?
yeah, yeah.
Everything,
Everything is that. Everything
everything
is child's
is
play.
like the whole world is like the world with a massinha, mundo de massinha, como eu posso dizer isso? Um, Everything, it's like a toy, right, for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah,
And we believe very hard that is true,
yeah,
very important. My characters, my things, my work, my cat, everything. It's very,
yeah,
very, it's the specialism, right?
yeah. Yeah, we have like a category in our mind for what we call fantasy and reality. And I think the spirit is just laughing, saying, your fantasy and your reality are the same. And then there's something much deeper, the innocence, much more profound. But we really have to be open to come to it. It's not, if we stay and get too caught up into the images and the fantasies, then we don't really know what true love is. But we get there. We always get there in the end.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit is just, it's like you said, it's just laughing and say, okay, you play until you get tired to play.
Yeah, that's it. That's
And
it.
I'm here. When you get tired, you come here, I'm here, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
So
it.
we let everything goes, and okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Dude,
Well, I'm coming a little bit closer to you. I'm up in Utah right now, but I'm coming down to Mexico
oh
uh,
nice.
next month, and be down there for about a month, from early part of November to early December. And then I have so enjoyed my trips to Brazil, but wow, Brazil is a big country. When I fly
Yeah,
down there and I go across the border, I said, I'm here, and then I fly and fly and fly and fly and fly to get
so
to Sao Paulo.
yes. When you come to Brazil, David.
I don't know for sure. I've kind of been open to the Holy Spirit, and save up my frequent flyer miles to fly. And our friend Paulina is thinking of coming up here to the monastery toward the end of November, and be here. And then there's two couples from Brazil who are going to come to St. Augustine, Florida, for a retreat right around Christmas with all the pretty lights and the street lights and everything. But there's Paulina and her husband Gabriel, and then two more. Ligi, I think is her name, Ligi, and her husband are coming. So I'm going to have a little bit of collaborations there with some couples from Brazil, but we'll see what 2023 brings. It looks like we're finally getting past the COVID stuff, so
Yeah.
it opens up a little more travel.
We are tired of this.
After 2 years.
I want to fly. I want to go to everywhere again.
Yeah. After being inside so much, now you're ready to get your wings out and flap.
Yeah, who is online here? Jason King. Remember him?
Yes. Don't you have It's the Rabbit Hole, Down the Rabbit Hole podcast?
Yes, the rabbit hole is in pause right now.
Yeah. And I actually have my friend Jason Warwick is here. He just came to do some technology things, set up some things. So he's in the other room. So we have our Jasons swirling around us today.
Yeah, yes, a lot of Jasons.
Yeah.
So I want to publish this in the rabbit hole. It's gonna be recorded.
Yes, it's recorded. It's recorded on Facebook, and I think it'll be on Twitter and YouTube. But I'll just send you the YouTube link, and then you can do whatever you want with that. If you want to just publish it for your English-speaking friends, or if you want to put on some subtitles, or whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, great.
Well,
very nice.
Thank you. Oh, this is always a joy talking to you, and I love doing these lives. But you are so spontaneous. I just looked in my phone, and you said, "I'm available, even today." And I thought, "Oh!" And then I called you up, and away we go. So
it was so crazy. I was like taking a shower, and you were in my mind a lot, and then I hear the voice. Do something with David now, talking about the innocence. Today is a very, very special day to talk about the innocence.
Yeah.
I say, okay, let's
try. Well, that's beautiful. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David.
I just feel your love and your heart, and here it is, the day when they're celebrating innocence for the children, and not surprisingly, you get the inspiration to talk about innocence and how fun. We have so much fun doing it too.
Yes, we love it. Thank you so much. Lots of love.
Lots of love.
Beijos. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.